You a 49er fan?
No.
Gabe's
I think I'm just neutral. I don't really.
You can't be a neutral fan. You got to pick by the end of the show.
Okay, cool.
Threats and shit.
Cool, dude.
Like
Sick.
awesome, man.
Sick. Well, Chargers is doing well, so I'll just go. The Chargers are fucking killing it.
Oh shit! All right, here we go, man. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, man. Hang with Beatdrop podcast.
Hey.
We are on episode 64.
Canal
Bo,
64.
Count 'em.
Bo show. And shout out to my cousin Kev. What's up, bro? We got Roger Rocha.
Hey.
And
yeah.
you know, we got the new music king. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? When you think of
That's
new
the
music, you know who the fuck to hit up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I heard.
You don't need Shazam when you're around this person.
That was an intro.
You
Thank
feel me?
I
His name
appreciate that.
is Gabe motherfucking C. What's
You found
good?
it. G-A-B-E. You already know me. Appreciate you. Thank you. One more. I need to get that from Burger.
Yeah. What's up, Berg? What's good, Gabe? What's good?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, bro. I appreciate you.
Nah, thank you, dog.
Thank you.
No, hell yeah. How we feeling? You feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great?
Feeling good.
Thanks, man. I'm excited to have you on the podcast because you know all the new music. You know a lot of dope shit.
Thank you.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So we're going to have to get the inside scoop of all the new shit before we
Thank
end
you.
the episode.
Thank
you.
you.
Know what I'm saying?
I want to thank you for always like being the only one in like the mixer meetings when I'm playing all these like records, and you're the only one that's like, that's pretty hot. Everyone else is like, whoa, what's good, bro? So I appreciate you.
Yo, I really fuck with that.
Thank you.
With that Uno record, and honestly, man, like Gabe put everybody on that shit, like real shit. I remember that. He came into one of the mixer meetings and then he was like, "Yo, I got this record," and he played it, and I heard the and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, I was fucking with it.
It sounds like raza.
Yeah. Once
Is it
once,
Raza? Or would you say those drums are cumbia?
yeah, like, I think it's
Cumbia?
like cumbia slash like yeah, bro. Like that's like a good, like if you're DJing a quinceañera, you could transition, like you know what I'm saying.
But
But
just open a whole new gate, fam, to
For real.
Latino music with hip hop.
dog, I remember he played that record, and I texted him. I was like, "Yo, Gabe, what was the name of that record?" And he was like, "Uno." And then I was like,
I
"Damn,
was
that
like, finally a believer.
That's all I need.
I was in the back like
That song actually came out before Go Loco. I feel like my YG's camp heard it, heard Uno, and they saw the impact and was like, fuck, we need to make like a song that represents LA, whether it's like blacks and Mexicans,
Yeah.
unity on the record, and that's it right there.
How did you know that was like? What made you believe in that record?
I do a lot. I DJ a lot of underground shows,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's like One Take J or like Blueface shows, or I've been doing those for like a minute.
Yeah.
You know, I used to DJ like One Take J's show when he only had like 50 people.
Damn.
I would go to their shows, but then that's like I built that kind of like relationship with all these artists, so I'm always like at like schools, or I'm always at underground LA shows.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like really where I'm at, being able to put my ear to that.
Yeah, bro. Cause that shit's crazy. Cause I remember I did a grand night, and I remember I even asked for it clean. I was like, "Yo, you have it clean?" And then I remember that I did a grand night, and I like almost dropped it, and it just and all the kids were going fucking crazy, and I was like, "Damn, bro! Like it's crazy how the youth is like our ears." You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that shit's crazy, dog.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And I know you do a lot of high schools. Like, is that kind of how you test records? Like, is
Yeah.
that kind of how you're like,
For
let me see
sure.
what works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. I was like being able to kind of embrace that, and then like really just be open to like the consistency of a certain record or a certain sound being requested, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, what's this?
Yeah.
You need to check it out.
Yeah.
And then like eventually it'll always work, because it'll always start, it like you said, it always starts with the youth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we could hate on Blueface as much as we want, and we could hate on him rapping off beat,
Yeah.
but once the majority of the youth fuck with it, it's like we have to.
Yeah, you have to. Like, yeah, what are you gonna? You know, you got to. You know what I'm saying?
For real, like,
Nah.
oh fuck that, Tatiana.
Nah, I feel that shit, dog.
Yeah, for
but
real.
fuck, let's start from the jump, man. Where you from? What made you start getting into DJing and all that good stuff, man?
I'm from Carson, right next to Long Beach, city right next to Long Beach, and I would just follow my brother, my bigger brother. He's 4 years older than me. So then I remember being like 13, 14, just following him around. when he would DJ backyard parties.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and then being able to read crowds, and I was just like, I started DJing my own like house parties when I was like 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And he would, it's funny though, because he would take me to Power. Like, he's the reason why I really got into Power, because he would, at that time he had a good relationship with DJ Verman, and he would bring him to the mixer meetings. I remember just going with him just to be in that hallway.
Damn.
You know where the receptionist is? And I would just sit there and wait and like, damn, one day I want to be here, and just being able to kind of like, you know, put my ear on things and really be in the mix was always my dream. Like, just from my brother exposing me to that kind of like industry, I was like, fuck. And then later I just really got like, a year after, I really got into like the street scene. Like when YG dropped his first song, Go Dumb.
Yeah.
Pussy Killer. That's when like the whole jerk scene was coming in. That's when I really got fascinated with like different characters and just different sounds and just like street music in general.
Yeah. That era was fucking crazy.
Was it like 09? Was it like 09?
It's a 10-year reunion, by the way.
You had the New Boys, you had the Rangers, you had
Cold Flames.
Cold Flames. Yeah, hell yeah.
Damn.
You had the
J-Hop
Dolls,
Productions, bro.
Pink Dolls.
That dude was killing it at the time.
And it was crazy because also at that time, and then you also had like the Black Eyed Peas going crazy, like the Boom Boom Pow and all that shit. It was like a crazy shifts. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. LMFAO.
Yeah, that shit was popping at that time.
It was either you were like 130 BPM or 100 BPM.
Yeah, like there was no in between. It was like a big ass gap.
Yeah. And you got highlighter pants.
Yeah,
fucking highlighter pants.
Damn, that's crazy.
They're going crazy, dog. That's why I feel like it is right now. Like history,
but just a little bit different. I think that's how it is every 10 to 5 years. Cause I was talking about it with my homie at work, and then they're like, "Yo, you know, twerking was back in the day." And then some dude is like, "What do you mean? That's hitting now?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's hitting now because it's like a cycle."
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Like same thing with Dougie, because Dougie was like an old school dance too, and then it came out. Yeah,
and a lot of people just they'll be like, "Oh, that shit was out. When was it out? Like, how was it out?" But it's just in different forms or different ways,
different flavors.
Yeah,
damn. No, that's good. And
just something that they could stamp their generation.
Yeah,
right.
No, I feel it. And then so were you DJing like your high school homecomings and like proms and shit like that?
Yep. When I was like 10th grade, that's when I started doing all of that. I remember like my brother put me in position to open nightclubs like in cahoots 18 and over when I was like 15. I remember that was like the most craziest part of just being able to go back to sophomore or go back to class the next day, and it's like, dang, if you guys only knew. I was DJing.
Like, where the fuck I was at?
Yeah, bro.
I had like the X's on my hand.
Bro, that's awesome.
Is that a new tat? Is that a new tattoo?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But that's really what kind of like opened my eyes. I was like, fuck. And then that's when I started doing my residency. I started having like weekly residency at 16 years old. Like my mom would drop me off.
Yeah,
with
crazy dog. That's crazy. Damn. And how was like your fam about it? Like, was your mom supportive? Like, did she understand what you were doing at that time, or was she just kind of like, you're just having fun right now?
Yeah, she understood it, but because my brother was like mentoring me, I think that's why she was like, okay, cool. At least like you're talking to your brother, and then you guys are working together,
like bonding.
You know what I mean?
Time.
Yeah, at least that's happening. So I'm gonna let you guys do it. But then like years went by, and then she was like over it. You could tell she was like over it. But
yeah, you're like, all right, fuck it.
You felt like just because your brother was a DJ before you and he kind of paved the wave, you felt like she was a little bit more lenient. Like, all right, cool.
For sure. I think if that wasn't the case, I would be a nurse right now or something. Because she would press that button. She would press that button all the time. She'd be like, "Why are you DJing? Why are you not nurse? You should be taking care of me." But it was just like something I never wanted to do. I was always into music. So ever since 15, 16, I was just like, damn, like this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw that from the jump. So at that age, you were like, all right, this is what I want to do. This is
For sure.
Damn.
For sure.
That's sick.
And I was like the only one, besides my brother, that was really into it. So we took that to the next level. So it was kind of crazy how that worked. But
Damn, that's tight. And then did your brother keep DJing after that, or kind of like what?
He
what's the
just
story with your
stopped
brother?
like 3-4 years ago, because he was doing a residency, this thing called Tasty LBC, and he was doing it like every week. But I mean, once you start doing it for a long time, you kind of like it kind of gets tiring.
Yeah,
so you gotta let go. But right now he's more of just doing like production. On the production side for the boots and stuff like that. But
those long nights could take a toll on you, huh?
For sure. Especially when you're doing 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And you're at different spots.
Yeah.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's dope. If you're on that grind and you take over, there's a lot of people that take over the city like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, have like worked their way up to like the most top tier parties.
Yeah.
Right? Like Penthouse or something like that.
Yeah. Different level type shit. Yeah. So then, after high school, did you go to college or like what college did you go to?
I went to El Camino.
El Camino
College.
Okay.
Yeah. But at that time I was already interning.
You were already deep.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be at Power, but I would never get my my interview.
Yeah.
Like I would always be there turning in my shit right after I graduated. I was like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
But nothing happened for me. So like a year went by. I'm taking like 2 classes a semester, and then I'm like, dang, I need to figure this out. So I hit up Aaron, because at that time I had residencies with him.
Shout out to Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was already having Rosewood Radio with Gabby V.
Yeah, shout out to Gabs. Yeah.
But she doesn't go like Gabby V no more, huh?
Oh yeah. Like no, I think so. Yeah, but basically that's how you know them.
At that time,
yeah.
They're doing a show called Rosewood Radio, and I was like intern, and I was just social media for 2 years.
Damn.
But I just in the back of my head, I was just like, dang, I just need to be cool with them so I could be able to kind of like network and be able to be where they're at. Because they're holding it down right now, and at that time I was like, the team was like incredible, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, anything I could do, just like if I could just hold your shit.
yeah. You thirsty? You want some juice?
Yeah, you guys good? You guys need anything?
Yeah, you guys hungry?
Like, so social media wasn't anything to me, but I knew at that, like, there was gonna be a time where, you know, I could be able to, you know, give my ear. Because at that time I was interning and I was just like on blogs, heavy, just listening for the new sound and always just finding. Because I was always into that. I was always into like, what's the newest Jerkin song or what's the newest like
the new wave.
The new wave.
Yeah.
Like heating up the streets and why is it doing it, and you know, just being able to follow that. I feel like following White G's success was like one of my biggest like inspirations.
Right.
Like I was following like that Tootie and Booty record for like a good year and a half.
That shit was hot. I remember when it came out. He, I think I was in high school, and he was doing a little tour around the L.A. Valley area, and he got to hit what was that spot called? It was in Hollywood.
Chris?
No, it was next to the Circus.
Shit, I don't know, bro. So many spots.
Fuck. It'll come back to me, but I'll let you know. The arena, was it the arena? Yeah, the arena. Maybe it was right next to the Circus, right? The arena. Yeah, he did that, bro. I was there. Yeah, and the day before it was
that
Ludacris.
an all-age club? I DJ'd there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I
upstairs
DJ'd
or downstairs?
There. I remember downstairs.
You see, my guy main stage. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I know, you feel me? Had to test you out a little, baby. All right, but going back to your story, you said you were going to school and you were interning. Were you doing a 9 to 5 around that time?
Yeah, I was. I was working at Starbucks.
I fucking knew it. I'm out. I knew it. What? Everybody we interview, bro, works at Starbucks.
Oh, damn,
you guys got Starbucks. And so did Mars.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Y'all got the plug.
Did Mars work at Starbucks?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he was saying it.
Oh, shit, I don't remember. I know Daniel worked at Starbucks.
That's what I was like, yo, y'all got the plug with coffee. I mean, damn. I got to get myself. I don't got that in my resume, but I'm going to have to work on
Starbucks is actually a legit-ass job.
Especially
before that, I was working at a pho restaurant. That shit sucked. My boss like didn't even speak really like good English.
Yeah. Damn.
So she would just like yell at me in like Vietnamese.
You would like see.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa! I remember one time I like she yelled at me, and then I put my thumb in the pho, a bowl of pho, and I got so mad I walked out, and that's how I ended that career.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was tough, but when I found Starbucks, I was like, oh shit, you could fucking get paid to talk, fucking drink coffee and talk to people.
And get Employee of the Month? My God.
On,
you
shoot it, bro.
Yeah.
Did you know my guy here got Employee of the Month?
He deserves it.
Shit, as he is. You feel me?
Hey, my boy be researching. You gotta be careful.
Oh, my bad. I almost ate your mic.
My boy got hungry.
Fuck.
My boy's like, this Postmates ain't working.
Postmates ain't coming, bro. So,
Oh shit.
shoot, I was like vanilla flavored.
Who was here before me? That was Mars.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, so then
That's a legendary job though, because it kind of
Yeah.
like teaches you how to communicate with people. I feel like that's important,
yeah.
especially in this industry, like to really, just really understand someone over a cup of coffee. It goes a long way.
Damn.
Yeah, for real.
That's true.
And they
though.
really take care of you too.
Yeah.
Like they give you tips, they give you 401k. If you want to go to school, they pay for your school.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I heard they
yeah.
give you Spotify too. Didn't
Yeah, they do.
What the fuck?
I'll just go for the Spotify.
I know they cut me off.
And the coffee.
Out the third month, I
you
left.
were-
I was like, oh, man.
Yeah. You're like,
They
would you
give
like?
you a Starbucks stock every 6 months, which is dope too.
Damn, that's fucking tight.
Yeah, no, it's a legit ass job. Like I loved it.
Yeah.
That's why I stayed there for a long time.
You still got your stocks?
No, I sold them.
Oh, hey, you gotta get your
I
money.
know.
You gotta
I
get,
had to. I was
you gotta
like,
get your money.
"Why?"
But okay, so you went to college. What did you go to college for? What was like
Communications.
communications?
Yep.
And then after college, so you kept interning,
Yep.
and then what was the next step after that? Like, is that when you got into street team, or how did that come about?
No, I got into street team probably like, all right, so I'm not going to lie. I probably did community college for like a good 7-year program.
Okay, all right. extended program.
Yeah, dude, after when I was interning at Rosewood, I was probably only taking one class at a time. So I was like really taking my time because I just wanted to understand where I fit in life, right?
Yeah.
So then I did that. And then I guess like my third year at El Camino, I went to the street team. I finally got accepted.
Yeah.
And then did the tryouts, went on that, and then I was able to do both. I was able to do street team and go to school, like one class a semester.
One class semester.
Yeah, for sure.
And then how did you feel, especially after being on the highways at Power when you were younger, and then to actually be able to get a key card, you know what I'm saying,
That shit
to the
was
station?
legendary, man.
Like, how did you feel?
I felt like it was meant to be. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I was just like, damn. This is a crazy ass feeling just to be able to kind of see this as a young kid and finally be here.
Yeah.
It almost felt like when when you're really into basketball and you finally make the D League or something.
Shit.
D League.
He's all like, I was once in the waiting seat over there. I remember, look, I sat there and I wanted to be in the office, and now I'm there.
boy said the D
Mama, we
League.
made it.
I'm like, yes.
Oh,
Fuck yeah, man.
fuck.
Yeah.
What did your
This
brother
is
tell
dope.
you when you got in the street team? Was he happy for you? Like,
He's cool, man. My brother is like a man of like little emotion.
yeah, he was like, cool.
That's tight. I was like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
what's up,
finally
man.
in, bro.
bro, like I got hired. He's like,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
That's cool. That's tight.
He said, but to me, that shit was like,
I was like, fuck yeah, like that's the only shit like I was really on. Like I remember just going in the car, just always turning on New It too, because I was always
Yeah.
onto the new music. So I was like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
that's my shit. So it was like a couple years later, I'm actually having the interview, having an audition, and I'm there. Boom.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit.
And you say
Okay.
you had the interview and audition, but what did you have to do? Because I know, like, the people we have interviewed, they always said, like, the little story of what they had to do. Do you remember?
Yeah. It was at a park, Bob Hope Park, right next to it.
Uh-huh.
And there's like 35 people, hosts and DJs, and they have a little setup, and you just play 10 minutes, 5 minutes until they tell you to stop. It's pretty cool.
Remember your number?
Yeah, I was last.
Oh shit.
I was last.
I think Medic said he was last
No.
too, right?
Yeah.
Teddy said he was last.
Oh,
Medic
yeah.
said he was like in between. No, it was between. No, he wanted to go first. Remember?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why I'm trying to connect. Were you around there, around them? Like that time they got hired? No.
Nah, I was like 2 years after.
Is
2-3
anybody
years after.
like? Do you remember or anybody that's still on?
Was Q
Q was on there.
Shout out to
Okay.
Q.
But
yeah.
Q didn't get hired until the next one, so he didn't make it that batch.
Yeah.
So it was just me and Precise.
Shout out
the
to
chosen
Precise.
one. But at that time, Precise was already. He had a jump off mix on a fucking air. I'm
Precise
like,
was on, huh?
I'm like, man, I'm gonna hang with you, bro. This is cheating, bro.
Hey, you cheating, man.
I'm like, oh, what? You gonna get hired too?
You gonna get rehired, motherfucker?
You're already on air. I'm like a giant out.
He's like, what? I want to get some shits, man.
Like, what's up?
I was like, you're a Precise? You're the dude that's on the air already? What are you doing here? I don't know, man. I'm just trying
Shooting
it
my
out.
shot.
Just shooting my shit.
He's
Man.
like, I was in the neighborhood.
This is great.
Damn. Okay, so so you got in street team.
Yep.
And then you were still gigging it. Were you are you one to do like private gigs, whether it's like weddings and shit like that?
Oh, for sure.
Were you doing that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I feel like
That's what keeps you afloat.
yeah, because I feel like sometimes you got to do those gigs and
Yeah,
shit. You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? You got to do it. You know. So, and then the high schools. When you were able to do the high schools to DJ for the high schools, were you like excited because you were like, okay, like is this the time I get to like showcase new music or stuff like that?
Really, like first couple of years was just being able to kind of see the game, right?
Yeah.
Like, people like being able to break new artists and just see it. Like Charisma is like one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to that because she broke a lot of artists through those basketball games,
Right.
Whether it's like the New Boys,
Mhm.
T-Fly,
True that.
like Ty. A lot of them like their first time performing is through those basketball games.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times where the program director, shout out E-Man,
Shout out to E-Man.
they see the impact from there first, and that's what kind of like inspires them to take that on air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you see like New Boys or even like the Rejects,
Yeah.
that shit was huge with the
Hell
youth
yeah.
first.
Crazy,
And
man.
she taught me, DJ Charisma taught me to, if you connect the right school with the right artist, then you'll see the impact enough where it's like undeniable, right?
That makes a lot of sense though.
And then when you get the right like impact, then you're like, oh, okay, this is what we need to be focusing on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's good because it makes sense. You had to know
Mhm.
the crowd and what school you're going to make sure that you provide the correct artist for that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Then it because you could bring an artist that might be hot,
Yep.
but it might not be for that crowd, and it kind of just feels like fuck, like it didn't work. It was
Yeah,
it was
and then
flop.
that
Or
might
flop,
lose
yeah.
your look for that
Yeah.
specific artist, right? And
Yeah.
because you might bring the wrong artist to the wrong school, and then it's
Mhm.
like they're really popping,
Yeah.
but you just brought them into the wrong crowd,
Yeah.
right? But that's just like being a DJ, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a really good song, but if you don't play it in front of them,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I tried
Yeah.
playing the El Beeper song in Huntington Beach. That shit didn't work.
It didn't work.
I was like, what do you mean?
There's nothing worse than you playing a record and that shit don't work, and you're like,
It's a good song.
Guys, I'm telling you,
It's
this is
a
what-
great fucking song, guys. Please just dance.
Please, guys, come on.
But that's really what it is.
Yeah.
And I was like really studying of like the greats, being able to connect that.
Mhm.
And finally it was like this, like last year was like the first year I was able to have like full control of like being able to connect the right artists.
Right.
And I was telling E-Man and I was telling all of them of like Blueface and like all those, because I was doing all those underground shows, and I remember like
How did that come about actually though? When you like those artists, is it just something that you just were just showing up to their events just out of your own will? Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
was just like, so before all of them were popping, I wasn't even DJing for anyone.
Mhm.
I was really just a big fan of their music, and it reminded me. Nice that we brought it up, but it reminded me of the drinking scene and how different people had different pockets and different sounds,
Mhm.
right? But I was like, dang, like they got something.
Yeah.
They got something. Whether it's Blueface, Izzy Chike, One Take J, Rucci, like all these underground LA artists, they're starting to like unite with each other. Whether it's Draco the Ruler, O3 Greedo, we had like a crazy underground LA scene. So I was just like, man, how am I gonna be able to kind of connect with these artists? They're so crazy. They're repping for the city, but we can't play them on Power.
Right.
But luckily, I was able to, DJ with you on the Shade 45 show with the LA Leakers and being able to break music there.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like recently where we started to like really focus on like LA artists.
Yeah.
But when we did, it was just like, I just need to reach out. I need to go to their shows and I need to reach out to them and let them know that I'm playing their song.
Yeah.
And that was my thing. I was like always like by myself. Like it was like the most dingiest like underground club. I was just like it felt like a movie, you know. I'm just like waiting in the corner. Little Asian guy like
I'll get you. I really like your music.
There's like 80 people on stage. I'm just like,
see, but that's tight though. That's cool that you did that though. That you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, and that shit has paid off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's fucking sick. That's dope. Because a lot of people wouldn't do that. They'll be like, "Yo, who's performing?" And they want it to be like a poppin' artist. Okay, cool. Then I'll go. You know. But the fact that you saw things early is what has made you like where you have this title now, where people know like, "Yo, new shit." We gotta talk to Gabe. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the most realest shit. Like it's crazy because I feel like you know, going back to Shade 45. So were you excited when you were able to have that opportunity to kind of showcase new music that you had? Like were you like, oh shit, like this is a little step?
Yeah. Because I remember being 15 and staying on that LA Lakers blog and just like looking for every single new song.
Yeah.
Right. And I would always give those songs to Aaron to play on Rosewood. But like I remember specifically staying on LA Lakers because they had all the shit.
Yeah.
And to be finally in power and to be able to be introduced to them by Teddy.
Yeah.
Because me and Teddy would always have shifts and I would play him new music. And he was like, bro, you should take this to Justin.
Yeah.
So when he took it to Justin, Justin was like, yo, you want to DJ for us? And I was like, I used to listen to you when I was 14.
Yeah.
Now we here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I want to DJ. Like
started from the bottom.
I know that shit was crazy. It was just like it was just like the same feeling where it's like you're finally at power. You're finally on the flavor unit. Now I'm finally being able to DJ with them.
Yeah.
Because that's the shit that I was always trying to find the fucking song without the LA Leaker drop, which was like,
oh yeah, it's gonna be impossible.
Yeah, at that time I was like, no, you're not gonna find it.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, so being able to DJ with them was just like, oh, okay, cool. Now it's like I understood, like as years went by or as months went by, I was like, okay, now I'm in a position to shed light on us, like a movement that's not really, that doesn't really have the correct light right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, it felt right.
Yeah. No, that's tight, bro. And then obviously shout out to Justin and Milk, the LA Leakers, man.
Legends.
Yeah,
icons.
man. Yeah. They were showing the new shit. So when you guys build that relationship, you know what I'm saying? You guys are, doing Shade 45, all that good stuff. Obviously you wanted to get on there. That's a goal you wanted.
Yep.
So, I'm sure that took a lot of time. I know you and me have always had conversations that, you know what I'm saying, trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, I asked Mars this question last time when I was like, you do something you love, whether it's producing, DJing. At some point, were you just like, yo, like, I want to quit, or I'm just not seeing like the results that I want? Did you ever feel like, man, like you hit that plateau while you were DJing?
Oh, for sure. I feel like it's like once a month.
Yeah.
You get those like once a month because it's like, when you dedicate a lot, especially when you don't have like a crazy like financial source. Yeah. It's like you're living paycheck to paycheck and everything is just like hopes and dreams. So it's like you really got to love what you're doing. I feel like that moment right there, all those moments were just like being able to build that foundation or that thick skin where it's like it kind of shows you how much do you love it. Like, are you willing to give up everything? And you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's true, man. And even you said, like, are you willing to even get a 9 to 5? Or you know what I'm saying? Or take certain gigs you might not be 100% happy about.
You
know what I'm saying?
But it's gonna last you a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, shit.
Yeah, you're like, fucking a few more weeks to survive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no, that's dope, man. And that's fucking sick. So talk to us on how the on-air process worked. You know what I'm saying? How were you able to get on there? How did that come about?
Well, I submitted mixes and then just kept checking up on it. But I really didn't start like really like turning in mixes every month until like last year, probably. I think it was like every 6 months I would do it in, but then like it came to a point where I was like, kept turning it in and kept checking up on it. And
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll give you a try.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on."
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah.
Had my first. Dang, it was December 30th.
December 30th.
30th. What a
Dang.
magical day.
Yeah.
Before the year ended.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it was such an incredible like feeling just to be able to do that, touch those tables.
Yeah.
You know, being 5 years on the other side, you just like you keep looking at that other side from the promotion side.
The door closes, you're like,
oh, one day I'll be there. I was like, Felly, I'm coming.
You're like, I'm coming, man.
Make my spot warm. I don't know. It's so iconic though.
Yeah, hell
like,
yeah, man.
The brand is so iconic. Like they just are involved with so much history in hip hop that it's kind of instilled in your brain as a kid. So you know you're on promotion side and you see that door open. You're like, oh.
What's going on, man?
Oh, is it over there? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, okay. You know, for years, man, it's just like, dang, I just want to soak in presence, you know?
Yeah.
Soak in their presence, and I just want to be a fly on their wall. Like, I just want to.
He said a fly on their wall.
I just want to go in there, bro. Like, is there anything y'all need?
Yeah.
You know? Like.
I'll get you water, coffee.
Yeah, for real.
A napkin if you need it.
But this is LA, and, like, the grind is, like, it's going to be like that. So it's like, that's what it was always instilled in my head, right?
Right.
Like, everyone wants to be here.
That's true.
Here or in New York. But everyone, like, whether you're in Australia or you're in New England or Philippines,
Yeah.
one day I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And one day I'm going to be at power. Bet you it's the same thing as artists. Like, whether you're from Kansas and you're like, I'm going to LA and turn in my mixtape.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm going to power.
Yeah.
Stand in front of it. Give them a mixtape. Like, on some, like, this is really what I want to do. So, like, for me, being able to kind of, like, be patient with it and just, like, see that it takes time, but it's cool because I'm in that position. And that's really what kept me going.
Yeah.
Right? Like that whole, like, dang, this is like, you're part of the bigger picture now. So it's like whatever you could try to contribute to the brand, like, and then eventually everything else will fall in place. I think that was powerful.
No, that's good, bro. And I like how you say it's patience. You know what I'm saying? Because that patience is a motherfucker, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you trying to make money, you trying to figure it out, and the fact that you stuck to it, like that's exactly the way you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. So so when you got on there, how nervous were you, bro? Like with
for sure. I was nervous. Like 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 probably.
You were just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Did you eat? Did you sleep?
Sure. Nah, I couldn't. I remember not sleeping that whole night because you were just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I think the whole thing was just being able to kind of like be used to everything going on.
Yeah.
I think that was like the hardest thing.
Trying to understand everything.
Yeah, and then you beat yourself up so much because it's like everything comes so fast.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang, I could have done way better.
Yeah. But you're like, fuck it.
But you did it like Nike, you feel me?
Yeah. But that's when you know it's like that's something that you're very passionate in if you can't sleep about it, right?
Yeah.
Like you finally get something and you can sleep and it's like, okay, cool. Like, you know, all those doubts just fly out the window.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, cool. Let's really try to take this to the next level when
hell yeah.
your name gets called again.
Yeah. Put me in, coach.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
No, that's dope, man. And then we were just talking about a little bit before we started recording that you did the BAT Experience, that you kind of formulated that lineup. You know what I'm saying? So that's fucking sick. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
That's dope.
It's
How did that come about? It's just relationships that you knew with these artists and stuff like that?
Yeah. So with that whole thing of being able to do like, you know, break records on the Leak Show with the LA Leakers on Shade 45 and then align the right artists for the right schools as far as like when we did the high school tour, the Power All-Star game. And then that impact was crazy. You know, like I was just talking about being able to connect the right artists to the right school. You were able to do that with Blueface and One Take J at Long Beach Poly, which was crazy. It's like you could look it on YouTube and see what the impact was, but they never had a school or they never had like a sold out game like the way it did. And One Take J was because John Hart couldn't make it. So then they're like, hey, bro, we don't have one performer. It's Blueface. Who can we add? And I was like, I called One Take J 30 minutes before. Oh, so he was like, yeah, I'll pull up. I'm down the street.
Really?
And yeah, bro. And we shut that shit down. It was the craziest thing. And it was like, from there, me and Brian were able to kind of like take lead of like the whole season and really bring out the youth of LA. Whether it's like Asia, Princess of Compton, Vinny West.
Vinny West is fucking fire.
Vinny West is hard. But see, before that, he wasn't even doing All-Star games. And I feel like that's what we were missing. We were missing bringing out the youth of LA to these games, to the youth. You know, it was like not taking away from like all the artists that performed on it, because there was like super talented artists, right. But it was just being able to bring out the front yard and brand it with power, the community, right. Local events. So it's like when we started doing that, it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where people will come out to the schools even if they didn't go to the school because they knew that it was so popping.
Crazy.
Yeah, like we had like 4 or 5 different schools with Blueface, and every single school, even the teachers were going crazy. The teachers wanted a picture with, yeah. Some of the events were so big that it was in like Nardwuar interview with Blueface. Like he would bring up like the schools that we
tight.
Bring them out to. And that's when I was like, damn, we're making an impact.
Right.
And that was like last year, and that's last November, And so when we started doing that, we took over the whole year, the whole spring of 2019. And like, we just started going, even like Devour, we brought him to East LA, even the Boy West Coast first ever performance. Yeah, that was at Sure High, and now it was like shut down. And it was crazy because this whole year was like we never seen impact the way that it impacted the kids.
Yeah,
like people were lined up. That it was an incredible feeling. So when they took all that, they were like, "Okay, I think you guys know what you're doing. So let's give you some access to the New At 2 stage, which is the liftoff stage."
That's right.
At the liftoff concert. And I was able to bring off like Relationship alone. It was like I was able to bring Stubby Young, Rucci, Kalen For Real. He's from Carson, by the way. R&B legend. Who else was there? One Take J headlined, and Savvy Third, but Savvy Third had to get removed off the list for some reason. But that right there was like showing the front yard of LA,
right?
Especially the youth, and that impact was like, wow. Like people were lined up for One Take J, and he wasn't even main stage. People were buying tickets for One Take J, for Rucci, for all of them.
That's crazy.
Street legends, man. So it was like, and that those are the same people I went to their shows when they only had 40, 30 people, but I understood their sound and I understood the importance to the culture, for sure. For sure. So to see that, to see the schools go crazy, to see the kids just line up, to see the liftoff show go crazy, just the New At 2 stage, and they reached out to us again. We're like, hey, we want to do a power stage for BET weekend.
Right.
Let's do the same thing we did for Liftoff stage. And I got together with Becky. I got together with Brian. Shout out Brian D.
That's right.
He was like the dude that executed everything. So I was just like, being able to curate that lineup and move forward, I felt like was a big moment for LA because, the youth wasn't able to get this shine the way it did.
Yeah.
And it's only getting started. I feel like LA is about to be like one of the hottest scenes for sure. You see what Uno is doing? Uno is going crazy.
It's about to go down. Hey, fun fact though. The two names you said the two names you said, they went to rival schools, Devour and Blueface. Fun fact about them, they were both quarterbacks.
Really?
They were both quarterbacks.
Devour don't look like a quarterback though.
That was my quarterback, fam. Panorama High School.
And then Blueface went to
Arleta.
Yeah.
So they were rival schools, fam.
Who was better?
I might have to go with Devour, fam.
Devour was good.
Hands down.
I didn't really.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that neither.
Devour was good.
Yeah, Devour was good. He had a bomb, fam.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know Blueface is he doesn't look like a quarterback.
He don't look, yeah, but he played.
Yeah,
for
I think
Ardita.
I saw like on Instagram
Yeah,
something
bro.
like they showed like a video of his highlights.
It's crazy shit, bro. But yeah, bro, like not a lot of people know about them. But now, like that, you said that they're.
Yep.
Well, now they do. But back then, like you said that not a lot of people would look at artists and stuff like that because they wouldn't give them a shot. But shit, times are changing.
Yeah,
man.
man.
And it's like they say, if you don't change with the times, you're gonna get left behind. Man.
Yeah.
That's real shit. And honestly, bro, what I love so much about that story is that, you know, and anybody could fuck with like, yo, I love Drake. A DJ could play Drake's record. That's any DJ could do that.
For sure.
But the fact that, you know, you were like that, you play these records that, and you're pretty much telling people like, yo, this is it. This is what's gonna be hot.
Yep.
That, like, I gotta commend you for that, because that's you trying to break some barriers. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because it's one of those where you
sure.
said there's only 30, 40 people at these shows, and you try to tell people like, yo, this artist is next. You know, people are gonna be like, nah, like I don't know, like you know, and it's like the fact that, you know, you want to be like, all right, like cool, like you're not want to fight it. You're like, I understand where you're coming from, but it's one of those where you're like, nah, like it's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we always go back to the Uno story. Like that's crazy, because at that time nobody probably was playing that record. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, you know, I had to hit you because I was like, what the fuck was that record? You know what I'm saying?
The sound was just amazing.
But that's crazy, bro.
I haven't been heard like that in a minute.
That's dope that you're doing that, bro. And honestly, man, like
appreciate
like that shit is super sick, because the fact that, you know, you hear new shit and you're trying to like have people listen to it, that's super important, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's super needed. And another thing, how important do you think it is for you to build these relationships from the jump? Because I feel like people want to build relationships when people are popping, but people don't understand that you had to start from step one, ground one.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be a believer.
Yeah. You have to. But I feel like that's what's very important, and that's why I encourage, like, you know, other DJs, young DJs that, you know, want to do what I do, is just like, find movements in your city that we're not able to get to, right? And then believe, like, really, like, fuck with their sound, like, really organically fuck with their sound. And or if they don't have it, tell them that they don't have it, if that's what you really think. But if you see someone in your city coming up and, you know, they need help, they have a sound, you know, try to do whatever you can for them. I feel like, because, you know, the established artists are not going to remember, or not going to even care who you are, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, to be able to build those bricks with something that you believe in, that you used your ear and your heart, and you're like, oh shit, like, I really believe in them. What can I do? Can I DJ your shows, or can I do anything for you?
That's smart though, bro. That's hella smart. You know what I'm saying? Because you said, like, the popping artist is not going to remember you playing the record. Like, yo, that record's hot. You kind of supposed to play. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you said you got to build those relationships, and that's super important, man. You got to build those relationships, because look at it, man. You over here creating a fucking set, a fucking lineup for BET. That's fucking dope, man.
And you know, it's crazy. That reminds me of, like, when I first tapped in with, like, 03 Greedo and Shoreline Mafia, right? This was probably 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, maybe. And then I was doing a Shade show, and I emailed them. Right, I emailed the manager, TK, which is a good friend now. So TK was like, he was running everything, and I remember seeing, like, a No Jumper interview, and I was like, fuck, like, that's a guy I need to connect with, and, like, I fuck with Shoreline heavy, like, their songs, and that's when, like, their first mixtape just dropped. So I was like, dang, I need to connect with them ASAP.
That's right.
So when I saw like how down to earth TK was, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna email him, right? And I was like, hey, I DJ with LA Leaker, Shade 45. Is there anything I could do? Is there anything I could do for you? I fuck with Shoreline's sound. I fuck with 03 Greedo sound heavy. I fuck with Draco the Ruler sound heavy. That's right. Is there anything I could do for you guys? I have you in rotation. Is there anything I could do for you? And I remember his response email was, pull up to the show tomorrow. That's it. And he left his number.
Oh, shit.
It's like, just drop your name, pull up your show, and we'll talk. And then from there, I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
So I went by myself to a Shoreline Mafia show. It was, like, in Pomona. And they sold that shit out. It was, like, one of their first shows. And just being able to kind of, like, connect with that, I feel like that's what really opened myself up as far as networking, and then seeing that whole lane and just being able to kind of introduce myself and what I do and seeing where I could be able to help with whatever.
Damn, and gave you that push, huh?
Yeah,
that's
but it was crazy because no one else was reaching out like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what made it happen. But you never know until you just try.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people don't reach out? Like, you think it's just like an ego thing or some shit? Like,
maybe this generation is more of just like entitlement. Not making fun of
but
or scared of failure.
Yeah, for sure.
Or like,
for sure.
like not. Oh, you're like,
get left on red and
my
shit.
My bad. But I knew that, they needed support, and it was just like it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, let me just see what I can do.
Yeah.
And from there, it was like big, man. It was like I was able to kind of like be that, help them and play their songs in the mixer meeting, and be able to help them come up and just be, and that's what like really set the tone. From there, it was like the bridge. Shoreline was like the bridge for what LA needed. You know what I mean? Yeah. LA needed a Hispanic rapper that could rap the way that they rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
That really represents the core of LA.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I feel that. That's good, man. And how does it feel now when you're doing these shows? Because I saw you post a video that shit looked crazy. Even the picture, I was like, damn, my boy got the HD and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that feel for you now?
That shit is crazy because that Shrine show really showed people that Shoreline's like, maybe not musically, but Shoreline's like the next Odd Future, right? Of LA.
That's right.
Like cult following.
Yeah.
Like people really fucking with him, like lining up at 12, 11 in the morning just for their 8 o'clock show, And back-to-back sold-out shows at the Shrine, 10,000 people. That's when I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible.
We gotta pay attention.
You gotta pay attention for sure, And it's just crazy to see that because I remember DJing their show 9 months before that at the Observatory. They sold it out,
right?
Back-to-back shows at the Observatory, but to see it 9 months later, it's back-to-back sold out shows at the Shrine.
Yeah,
I was like, okay. They're unstoppable now.
Yeah, they're onto something.
Yeah, for sure. And then being able to DJ both shows, opening for them, I was like, oh fuck. Like you really feel like their followers, their fans are really diehard fans.
And it's getting bigger, bro.
It's getting bigger.
Because people are like lending their ear. They're like, well, how come I haven't heard this shit? But
sure.
I think when people start saying like, yo, why haven't I heard of this artist or that? It's too late.
Yep. It's too late.
It's too late because you're like, yo, I heard this motherfucker since he was like 3.
No, but that's tight though. You shot your shot, bro, and that's good because then like now you as a fan and I'll be able to DJ for them. That's like the best. That's like the best recipe. Like, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? And that's dope, man. And then I posted a graphic on Instagram, so I got 2 questions that people wanted to ask you right quick.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna flip the page right quick, and this is by DJ. BR1. So I think his Instagram is DJBR_1.
There he is.
He said, how long have you been DJing for? And advice for myself who is on the Power 106 street team and how to get noticed enough to get on air.
Okay. What's his name?
DJBR_1.
Shout out DJ BR1.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, bro.
That's right.
How long have I been DJing for, bro? Yeah. I'm DJing for like 12 years. Yeah. How to get noticed? Just be out there. Really, when you're on the street team, it's really of just like making organic relationships, right? Networking and really like growing with the city.
Yeah.
Right. And leaving those impressions, because Flavor Unit street team really taught me that, we're gonna put you in all these different types of places throughout LA, OC, right? I.e., all these places.
Yeah.
But you're there to leave impressions, to leave a huge impact, right? You're there to, whether it's giving out stuff or making people dance, like you're out to make an impact. So it's like you could use those 2 hours at that event to however you want to use it.
True that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but when you leave, like, whether it's like really good mixing skills or connecting with the listener, and for them to refer back to it, like, oh no, I want to hear, da 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 da, because I connected with certain a certain person.
Yeah.
But that's really how you kind of like separate like yourself of just being able to kind of be like for the city.
Yeah.
Right. And being able to use those resources and add value to where you're at. And then that's when it becomes undeniable. And it's like, you know, people higher up are going to be like, yo, I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let me try to see where his head is at, because I see what he's doing. He's impacting the city. He's impacting the youth one way or another.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like when you understand that and you really like take notes for like the things that have been done before you.
There you go.
And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, how can I do that in my own way?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good. No, that's good. Take that advice, man. That's
for
good
sure.
Advice, you know?
Yeah.
And then
you might get out quicker than 6 years.
yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and then JQ, he said, that dude JQ, he said, how much time does he spend listening to music a day, and where do you find all these hot records?
Shout out JQ, by the way.
Shout out to JQ, man.
Yeah. Dude, I spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
Especially now, since like people know me as like the person in LA that breaks records.
Yeah.
So it's harder, man, because it's like now my DM's full of like all these unmastered records.
Put me on.
Like, yeah, it's like, and then like it came to the point now where it's like they give like spiels.
What do you think is the right approach? Because, you know, I feel like sometimes people, they could come at you kind of like either aggressive or just very demanding. Like, you know, this is just me asking, like, what if anybody that's listening, if you're an artist or someone that needs advice, what would you say is the best approach, the best way of going about it? You know what I mean?
I think as of right now, the best way would be like sending an email.
Yeah.
Sending an email, because I'm already in the setting of listening, right?
Yeah.
And really just sending an email, because that's what I'll go to first. I won't go to DMs, but a really detailed, like, doesn't have to be a long paragraph, but just tell me like your backstory and then properly like explain your tracks, and just know that I can't listen to your whole album. So just give me something that really represents yourself and really represents your sound.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I like it enough, I'm going to tap into your whole album. But like, for the time being, send me your hottest record that's undeniable to you.
Hook me.
Yeah.
And then just give me a brief description.
Yeah.
A lot of people just send SoundCloud links or like Spotify links. It's like,
without saying nothing.
Nothing.
They'll just send a link.
Not even a subject. There'll be a no subject link.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, tight. Sick. Sick.
Now I
Wicked.
take it out.
Oh, this is tight.
Yeah.
Cool. You have any more?
That's right. Any more links you want to send me? That's no shit.
It's like, and then they'll hit me up on like a picture of like me and my best friend or me and my dog. Like, hey, you check your email?
Yo,
what?
that's crazy. People don't give a
It's
fuck.
me and my dog.
Yo, you'll post a picture of you and your girl, like, yo, celebrating 10 years.
10 years anniversary.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Yeah, but did you check my shit?
yeah, it's been 10 months since you haven't listened to my shit.
Yeah, like-
You're like, damn.
Hey, bro, happy anniversary, but check your email. Hot shit in there. Whoa, shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's real shit,
Yeah,
though,
no.
bro.
That's why I
zero
stopped putting
fucks
on my
given.
personal life on there, bro, because it's like everything you put. Like, it'll be like, you know, your mom's birthday. And it's like,
Yeah, tell her happy birthday for me, but what's up with
Yeah,
that shit?
yeah,
You
yeah.
want to link up or what?
Yeah.
y'all still sleeping on me, though. Like, bro, it's my mom's birthday.
Bro,
You can't let
people
her
don't-
live.
Bro, people don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, they don't. But that's why I just stopped. I was like,
That's so
you need
good.
to make a stop.
Yeah.
My girl was like, why do you not put me on your IG anymore? I was like, because one of these days, someone's going to come at you with a mixtape. Fucking at Subway.
Like,
Hey, you Gabe's girl?
yeah.
He hasn't been answering my emails. Maybe you could do some.
Oh, shit. Girl's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you gonna
Oh,
get mad at
shit.
me, and that's the fight I'm trying
Yeah.
to avoid.
Like, and that's the problem like I have right now, is just being able to have that year. But I mean, I try for the most part. I really, 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 really tried to like keep up the same ear I had when I was like 15 and 18.
Yeah.
Like I really like I remember being 18 and staying up till 5, 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
just finding music.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now today's era is like SoundCloud era,
Yeah.
where it's like you can't even get the record. Sometimes I'll pull up on artists and I'm like, hey man, I really want to play this record. Can we get it? Can we get the song? And you're like, yeah, pull up to the studio. So I pull up, and then like literally it'll be them on SoundCloud copying the link and then going to SoundCloud to MP3 converter, and then they'll just like bro, you didn't have the actual file.
It's like nah. I deleted I needed some more space on my hard drive. Oh shit, it's a different era, man. It's a different era.
It's crazy though. But I do, to answer your question, I do probably spend like 4 or 5 hours, or probably like 10 to 15 a week.
Yeah, that's good. And then where do you find it? Yeah, he said, where do you find all that hot records? You know what I'm saying?
Hotrecords.com.
Like SoundCloud's really where it's gonna be at first.
Yeah,
because a lot of that's like the gems are, right? The people that can't really afford to package themselves up yet for Spotify.
Yeah.
Not able to reach out to labels, it'll all come from SoundCloud or any free streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really what I pay attention to. That's where I found Uno. That's where I found like a lot of I'm in a position now where a lot of people will reach out to me, especially like, you know, a lot of people I trust, whether it's like Hip Mob. There's a crew called Hip Mob, right? And I want to give them the biggest shout out because they're really the dudes like in charge of a lot of the LA wave right now. Hip Mob, and consists of like Ron Rod the producer, Ace the Face, Load the Great. We're talking Bruce 24K. These are like all iconic producers. They're all young, probably from like 19 to 24. Shout out Jug. He has that big record, Vintage and Adventurous.
Oh yeah,
but
huge.
all of them have like crazy different sounds, and it's tight because they're all like really close friends, and they're involved with so much shit that moves in the West Coast. They're in charge of like the whole Shoreline Mafia's first mixtape. Boom. 03 Greedo, Draco the Ruler, all of them, they all kind of like make that. And the Ron the producer, I feel like is our DJ mustard of our day, of this new generation for sure. And they put me on a lot of shit. Like they're the one that was like, hey. So they're the one that showed me like Uno record when I was like in March. And I was like, fuck, this shit is crazy. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're real like really good tastemakers that I really value their opinions a lot, and they haven't missed since.
Yeah.
But they put on the city. They put on like the youth. Like they give a lot of people chances, and they show a lot of exposure. So a lot of my inspiration comes from them for sure.
That's
I work with them heavy. They put me on their first show. Like I didn't DJ any of these shows, Shoreline or any of them. I DJ'd Ron's the first ever event I was to DJ for LA. Like the youth was Ron the producer's birthday party.
Damn.
Yeah,
crazy.
And he brought out everyone, bro. And he brought out One Take J. He brought out like Shoreline. He brought out everyone. And I remember DJing that show last year, in 2 months. Ron's birthday, and that's when One Take J got mad at me.
Why?
He said, I don't know, bro. There was just like, when you go to these LA shows, there's 150 people on stage.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so hard to hear you if you're rapping, and then me and One Take J just didn't have a communication, right? And then he was like, I played a song when he was still talking. He was like, you fucking suck. Oh. Everyone, One Take J. Well, we always laugh about this now. And he's like, when I say DJ, you say boo, DJ. I was like, oh no, I'm never gonna be cool with
you were all
this guy.
supporting it. You were lowering down the channel. All right, fuck it.
One more time. But we laugh about it today because it's like, you know, I was able to DJ from a lot. His tours, his first ever like headlining show, like, and you know, just to see the progress with that is just like, it's a crazy feeling. But I remember being in the first show, I'm like, damn, they're not gonna fuck with me.
Yo, but that must be like kind of like discouraging after that. Kind of like that you go through that moment as a DJ is kind of bug like that. That's a huge like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
You went through a Biggie moment, remember?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that last time. Damn, bro, but like, that's fucking crazy, man.
But it only builds you up towards like, you kind of like, damn, I fucked up.
Yeah.
So, but then again, you'll go back to it, you know? And then I feel like Kanye, Kanye gets mad at A-Track a lot, or Kanye gets mad at his DJ a lot. It was like YouTube compilations of Kanye getting mad at DJ, and it's like 9 parts.
Yeah,
but it's like I had to watch that to get my
get your spirits up.
Maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah,
let's go back to the turntables and like DJ for all these artists.
Yeah,
I remember coming back to him like 2 months later. And this one was like when he first gave me Hello, and I was like, hey, bro, man, I just want to apologize. I know I fucked up.
Yeah.
But is there any way we can move forward? And Jay was like, bro, I ain't tripping. I do so many shows, I ain't tripping like that. And I was like, cool.
You were like, oh, shit, I was overthinking it.
Yeah, I was. I definitely was.
Yeah.
At that time, he was working at FedEx, bro.
Oh,
he was working at fucking FedEx.
I just let you know, man, that you just got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And overthinking is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, that's crazy. He probably was like, I don't even remember that. Yeah, you were like, really? Because I couldn't go to sleep for 3 months.
Yeah, I was like,
he said, really? Because we got
DJ, DJ. And I was like, go again.
We got
like, okay, cool.
We got 2 million hits on YouTube. I remember, and they do too.
Oh, shit. Damn, that's crazy, man. But who do you feel is next,
crazy.
man? What do you see out there, man? What does Gabe see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Coast to the
saying?
West Coast, baby.
There it is.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that?
You know what I mean?
I
Shout
seen
out
you.
Toast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
That was my first mixtape that I really understood, like putting on like the West Coast.
March 15, 2012. 600
Wow.
Yeah.
7.
We got an
7
hardware
years?
over here, bro. I'm
7
trying to tell
years?
you, dog.
7 years. Yeah, you're right. But that's when I was trying to put on like Nipsey, Dom Kennedy,
Mm-hmm.
all of them, like all these like historic West Coast artists now. But
And back then, 600 hits, that's a lot.
yeah, for sure.
That's a lot.
And then that's when I was like, dang, I should start making mixtapes. And then like I guess that's when like the fascination came with like really understanding like the West Coast, because that's when I dropped that was like right after the jerkin scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a brand new form
new
of
wave.
West Coast wave.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel that now with everyone coming. So with the Toasted West Coast is like my new version of that mixtape was called Fresh Off the Block.
Fresh out the block, yeah.
Yeah. Fresh Off the Block. And it was pretty much because like all the Filipinos like I grew up with, it was like we'd always be called like fobs, fresh off the boat, like the first generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Fresh
I
off
was
the
like,
boat.
what's that?
Right?
Fresh off
But then
the
it was like
block.
what about the second generation that grew up in, like in Long Beach or the hood and shit like that. So fresh off the block. So then that's when I was like, all these artists that I work with right now, whether I'm doing their underground shows or I'm like following them, I'm gonna document all of this. So then
That's good.
you know, like I remember dropping that mixtape Fresh Off the Block in October, and it consisted of, you know, Blueface, Roddy Ricch, AZ Chike, Rucci, One Take J, Asia from Compton. Just there's probably like 15, 20 different artists that, you know. And then when I put that mixtape out, I like slowly was able to work those in the New at Night with Just Incredible. And then that's when the impact started going heavy. And then I started using those same artists and tried putting them in the lineup with Power All-Star Games. And then try to just like push those in. Like my whole goal was to take that whole lineup that I made off that Fresh Off the Block lineup and then like try to see where I could fit them in. And like the past 8 months, it was like I was able to do all of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn, that's fucking
Connect
dope.
all those artists, right? And I was just like, but that's all started from like the mixtape game.
Yeah. No, that's sick, bro. That's fucking awesome, man. But who do you see right now is like, is there any artists that you see that you feel like maybe haven't got enough recognition, but you feel like they might make an impact or?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Asia from Compton is definitely gonna be one of the hottest female rappers from the city. I think that, you know, having her on the BET weekend lineup, it really showed people like the love that she has from the city. Right?
Good exposure.
Great exposure. And especially on BET weekend where it was like, oh, we get to show the youth. We get to show like what's in LA.
Yeah.
You know, give them a platform. Asia, I think AMBJ is gonna stay here for a minute.
Yeah.
One Take J is gonna kill it. One Take J, that placement on the mustard though.
Yeah,
the intro that was one of my favorite records,
that
man.
Shit
Besides
is
the Nipsey record,
yeah,
One Take J is like he's really gonna be able to kind of have like the perseverance and the foundation, but it's gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Another person, probably. There's a lot of people that I'm working with right now that I think that's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Shout out Jason Cash. Jason Cash is gonna kill it. Like, lyrically, he's a monster. He's from Carson as well. Kalen he's on the come up right now. I think he's gonna kill it. Rucci for sure. He's repping Inglewood. Not Tia. I could go on forever.
Hey, that's good, bro. Go ahead. We got gigs of stories, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I got a pad, fam. Can you give me some names?
Yeah. MCM Raymond.
Okay.
MCM Raymond is definitely up there. Trill Ryan. Like, when we're talking about the youth, the kids, like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's dope.
It's crazy just to see it work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you, man, majority of these kids, they don't even master their records, but they see it.
Yeah.
They see it moving, so they're like, fuck
it.
Fuck it, bro.
That's awesome, man. So you're pretty happy as far as where music is at right now,
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
They have a lot. The light has been shown.
Yeah.
It's like it's there now.
Yeah.
So it's like we're building that bridge and we're building on that now. So it's like I'm happy. I'm happy to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Like, yep.
And do you feel pretty happy as far as like how people see you now? Like, as far as, do you feel like you kind of have that little kind of, in a sense, kind of pressure? You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like now you think of like, oh, Gabe, all right, hey, what's the new shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, now it's kind of like, that's kind of like the where people see it now. Do you feel like you kind of have a little bit of that pressure sometimes, or you feel like, oh, fuck it, like I'm rocking with it?
It feels better though, because it makes me trust in myself more, right? Because now people, like, because when I remember my first couple of years in those mixing meetings, I would always like, dang, like maybe I shouldn't throw this song on, or maybe this is not what they're looking for. But it's like now that it's like I was able to be firm in my decisions and really stand behind it, and then like for it to have the light that it got. Now it's like, okay, I'm more confident in like my decisions, is not being able to kind of double back on it. You know what I mean? And then like, yeah, it's gonna pop.
Yeah.
Like when I know a record's gonna pop, like I'm behind it now.
Yeah.
Like.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like the Musty Showline record. I thought that was gonna be huge, man, but it didn't hit the way it hit. So it took me back a while. I was just like, dang, I'm gonna be less vocal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little discouraging in a sense.
Yeah, because it's like, dang, I used all my energy to try to push this record, and it's like tough. But you know, there's some songs that's not gonna hit the radio.
Yeah.
Some songs that's gonna stay underground, but it's gonna have a huge impact with the youth, but it's not gonna hit radio.
Yeah.
And it's like just to understand the whole concept of like what's gonna work and what's not.
Yeah.
And being able to just keep going.
And that's cool. I feel like that, you know, there's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's records that work still at these parties, house parties and clubs that you're not gonna hear on the radio, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Even like the Yikins and stuff like that, and Panoramics, like you're not gonna hear it on the radio, but when you play that shit at the club, or you play it, you be like, yeah, fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
Yeah, it is just good, man.
I didn't think that Tatiana was gonna hit the way it hit though.
You didn't think so?
I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought honestly, Hello, One Take J was gonna be a bigger record than Blueface, Tatiana, but the way Tatiana hit was like, because it became viral. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Blueface was very viral. The dance was very viral.
Yeah.
You know, so it grew legs of itself, and then, you know, and then it got Cash Money behind it, then it got Whack behind it, then it got, you know, all these different remixes. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Once Cardi and YG jumped on it, it got game huge. Over. Yep. Yeah. Damn. Hello. That was a good record, bro. It was. Yeah. That still goes right now. You know what I'm saying? Damn. That's crazy. Sure. That's awesome. I'm like, I love all the new music that's being thrown right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like hear this interview in a few weeks, and I'll be like, yeah, Gabe talked about that way ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? No, hell yeah. But I know Roger wants to play a quick game with you right quick. Let's do it.
It's called Would You Rather with Roy, baby. You ready?
Would you rather with Roy?
You feel me? You like that?
I would rather.
To answer your question.
To answer my question, yes, I would. All right, first one. Would you rather be able to talk to pets or be able to talk to people who are dead via Instagram DM?
God dang.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Shit.
Talk to dead people through Instagram?
Yeah, DM. Hey, bro.
Hey, put me on.
Put me on. I got a couple DMs, you feel me, and shit.
I'm gonna send you a link.
Hey, if you think they be DM you like about new music, shit, you about to get a super DM right now.
I wouldn't even handle the DMs. I'd probably talk to dead animals.
Yo, I said dead animals, fam.
The
I just
pets?
said pets. You feel me? Dead.
Oh,
You
shit.
just trying to talk to the dead. Period.
I'd rather talk to pets. I'd rather be like Dr. Doolittle because then everybody will be hitting me up, bro.
You thought your DMs were popping now. Think about
Tupac's gonna hit me up like, for real, bro? Like,
That's what's on right now?
you gonna play Tatiana
Yeah.
after I fucking died for all y'all? I was spitting real shit.
You're like, oh shit.
My bad, Tupac. I'm gonna just leave him on red.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how to reply back to Tupac. This is just the new generation. This is how it goes. So,
Would you rather have a flying car or have 1 terabyte internet connection wherever you go? That's a lot.
1 terabyte
I didn't even
connection.
know that shit was possible.
Damn.
That's
A flying car?
Yeah, but imagine how you could download music like
Dang, yeah.
super quick. Like
Or
remember
a
like
flying car?
shit.
How would I get to it though?
The flying car? Yeah, like is it able to like park or anything?
Like Back to the Future, fam.
Oh yeah, I'd probably get a flying car.
You like that shit?
Yeah.
I like that answer too.
Is there
Yeah.
other flying cars or is it just one
it's
flying
you,
car?
fam.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm flying.
Unlimited parking. You know?
I'm out, bro.
Yo, can I park upstairs?
I'm out. Yeah.
Imagine the Uber rates on that shit. How much you could charge?
Yeah, right. I wouldn't even do that.
That's like a plane, fam.
Like, can you pick up my friend?
Yeah, where is he?
Fuck, bitch. This is the only flying car. You want me to go back down there to pick up your homie? No.
Oh, those surge prices must
It's
be going
ridiculous.
crazy.
I know, bro. Fuck. You fucking got the lift line.
Now you can really use Lyft.
Yeah.
You get Lyft.
Yeah. Oh, but there it is.
Would you like? All right. Would you rather have unlimited storage space on your phone or have unlimited storage space in real life? Damn. You gonna have it in your phone, or you gonna have like a storage?
Probably
space
storage space in real life.
You could do a lot with that, fam.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's unlimited.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Hello.
Hello, is anybody out there?
Echo.
Is anybody out there?
What am I gonna do with this space?
Too much space.
Fuck.
Shit. The next question. I don't even know if you watch this shows, but shit. When I read this, I wanted to answer that shit myself. But it's for you, Papa. Would you rather be in the real live version of The Walking Dead or be in the real live version of Game of Thrones?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Oh, I like that.
Game of Thrones. I feel like that life is pretty cool. It's like you don't need to like to social media. Everything you just figure out. Trial and error.
Trial and error. And then that Walking Dead is like zombies and shit. You can't really go to sleep in peace.
That's true.
You know, go eat you and shit.
But in Game of Thrones,
There's
winter's
dragons.
Yeah. That fool was smashing bitches though.
yeah, he was.
He was getting it in. Bro.
Yes, he was. Shit.
He was like grinding that shit up.
Oh,
He said, that's where I'm trying to go to. You know what I mean? Put me on.
Oh, shit. My boy getting wild.
All right. I like this.
You see him, though? My
Yeah.
boy pulling in work.
Next
Thy
question.
penis is lonely.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Fuck.
Next question. Would you rather gain 10 friends in real life
I think it was like gain 10 pounds. I was like,
or,
nah, don't fuck
he said,
me up
nah,
like
not
that.
me. Or gain 10,000 followers on Instagram?
Dang. Probably 10 followers in real life. Dang, I don't know, because right now,
10,000
I probably
followers.
go for that
That's some
10,000
sponsorships,
followers.
fam. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Well,
I ain't gonna judge.
Are gonna like the flyers?
It's
You're
like-
gonna like my flyers.
Yeah,
If I just got them there and they ain't gonna like my shit.
I know,
we got
and
a
then people are gonna
problem.
be like, the ratio's off.
Yeah.
This who's paying the
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because
followers.
when us DJs post flyers, nobody likes that shit.
Yeah, for
We
real.
get like 7 likes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was thinking, like, you know how like food pics always get the most? What if you put your food pic in your flyer? Like, here's what I'm eating tonight, and this is where I'm at.
That's a good.
Damn,
pickup.
that's actually creative. Yeah, because flyer pics get like
No.
eight likes,
Yeah.
if that.
For sure.
Yeah, but and they're not even going to 8 people that liked it. It'll be like your mom and shit.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Get your auntie up in there.
Yeah, fuck it. No, I mean, it makes sense.
All right, last question. This was one of the hardest ones. You ready?
Yep.
Would you rather be the best at everything or get everything for free?
What?
Be the best at everything, for sure. Because then you'll get everything with it.
I like the way you fucking think.
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
Talking about, baby. Shit.
Whether it's be fucking the fucking patty flipper, like the best fucking patty flipper. You know how many sponsorships you get? Like, hey, bro, we got a new line of spatulas coming out. I just want to send me your address. I'm going to make sure you get every
Hey,
fucking...
that's true. That's true.
I'll be sponsored by Cutco.
Hey, bro, you said Cutco.
Oh.
Bro, I went to one of their fucking introductions.
Oh, really?
That
shit was
hilarious.
crazy, right?
They did the penny cut.
The penny cut? Yeah.
The fucking
There it is.
They cut the brick. I'm like, bitch, where's my steak? When's my steak going to be fucking as hard as that brick? Like, they could cut brick.
Oh, shit. Damn, that's good. That's good, dog. But besides music, bro, before we get out of here, besides music, man, what's your escape, bro? Like, what do you do? Like, when you don't want to listen to new shit, you want to listen to nothing, what's your escape? What do you do for fun?
When I don't want to listen to music, I like running, just like random running,
just random like
jogging,
nice.
long distance. I try to do like 3 miles a day. I feel like that's where I kind of escape.
That's good.
Like very scenic places though, like beaches. I love beach runs and stuff like that.
That's tight.
Just really to get your head out of things and stuff like that.
It's actually really good. I like how that.
Sure. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
For sure.
I'm gonna start doing that shit.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think that's really what I like doing.
Not into any sports or anything like that. No.
Basketball.
Basketball.
That's about it.
I like that, bro.
And you say you was a Saint fan, so fuck it.
Yeah, and I got Saints tatted on me, by the way.
Fuck, my boy Roger recruited.
Yeah.
He been recruiting hard. You see that shit? He didn't forget.
Hey, but a lot of the new rappers though, they do play football in high school.
Yeah.
Like Blueface played.
Yeah.
You said Devour played.
Yeah.
Kalen played. One Take J went to Carson High.
Oh my! I don't know if you know him, but Young Nova, he played too.
Young Nova?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of him.
Nah.
I'll put you on right now.
Vinny West did too.
For real?
There's a lot of them.
Shit,
Yeah.
I didn't even know Vinny West.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's crazy.
Kalen went to San Diego State with it too. Kalen for real.
Damn.
He went to San Diego State. He's from Carson, but he went to San Diego State to play football. That's incredible. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just know he went to San Diego State. He's really good though. He's a really good football player.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
Athletes, rappers, bro. That's what we.
Yeah, that's like an Eric Bellinger.
That's crazy, bro. Anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here, man? Anybody you feel? I feel like you shout out LA, bro, in general. Anybody else you want to shout out before we get out of here? That you feel like you
shout out to the youth.
The youth.
Anyone in your garage, your closet, your Tio's basement.
Yeah.
Just trying to put something together. Just that's gonna be able to be in this space. It's gonna take a lot of time, patience, and perseverance. Really. And shout out to you, putting in dedication, hard work, and always for the bigger picture. Shout out to the LA Leaguers.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Shout out
baby.
Just Incredible. Shout out Sour Milk. Shout out
All
Becky. Shout out E-Man.
Everybody.
But yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
And shout out to you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Incredible podcast.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for the vibes.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Gabe. We appreciate it, man. You stopping by, showing us all this new shit. You know what I'm saying? You said a lot of artists that
we just got started.
We got to Google. You know what I'm saying?
And if you think your DMs were fucking blowing up, shit, I'm about to hit you up every day. Like,
Yeah.
did you hear this guy?
You need to.
No. Let me get a list.
Yeah, you gotta send him an email, bro.
Can I hold your water?
Send me an email, bro.
I'm gonna be your intern, bro.
Yeah, you want to listen to
about
music
to,
all day?
I'm about to be your intern.
Is that what you want?
I got you,
You
bro.
need a cookie? What kind of cookie?
I need a white chocolate macadamia.
So that's what you see. You heard that?
There it is.
There you go.
That's
Little
it.
insight, baby.
That's it. And before we leave, though, this just happened too. It was weird. It was like me and my girl at Sizzler, and then the waiter, he was like, "Bro, I sent you like 9 DMs. You still haven't answered it, bro."
You're lying. You're lying.
Yeah, so my girl looked at me and she was like, "Oh, you're popping." She was like, "You're popping, huh?" And I was like, Oh, my bad. Like I had a lot of shit like going on. Like
I'm just trying to eat my lobster, girl.
But that's the thing. It's like it's hard though because it's like you kind of make the situation tense, right?
Yeah.
Like okay, I might have skipped over your DMs and I might have not listened to your shit that you sent me on email, but it's like there's a way to kind of go
about it,
right? Like
so
hey,
actually,
bro, like, what do you have
shit,
to
no, actually walk us through it. Like, so what happened? You were like at Sizzler, and then like, so you guys were just eating.
He was taking our order. He was like, hey, you Gabe? And I was like, yeah, I'm Gabe.
Who asking?
Like, yeah, you're like, why? What's up?
He's like, yeah, bro, I sent you like a couple DMs.
Disappointed as fuck.
Yeah, and it's like,
he don't even want to take your order no more and shit.
He's like, oh, okay, cool.
I'm like, bro, like,
you say you're allergic to.
I'm with my girl.
Yeah. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
You about to sleep on the hottest shit in the West Coast, and you over here trying to get some fucking free bread? I'm out, bro.
Oh shit! Imagine.
But it was just like, dang. I was like, I felt defeated. I was like, dang.
Damn.
I feel naked.
Fuck.
You know?
That's tough, bro.
But I am definitely going to try harder to listen to everything in my DM.
Especially if you work at places where you go often. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to have your orders be misplaced.
Yeah.
Hey, you should blame it on me, bro. Your new intern. Be like, you know what? My intern does this thing about reading everything and shit.
Yeah,
like,
with the homie Royer.
You feel me?
The homie Royer.
I'm going to talk to him, though, because you're not the first one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sure.
Look at that. I got you.
Please,
that's awesome, bro.
Put your email down right now so they can send all of that.
You know you're popping that when you go to Sizzler and like they know who you are.
Yeah.
That's a different market.
Yeah, definitely.
There's like Sizzler and then there's like Buffalo Wild
everyone
Wings
on
and
the grind right now is gonna be somewhere random. Like maybe tonight it might be Subway.
Yeah.
Shit. Like
that's where you want to go eat? Subway?
Oh really, tuna?
Yeah,
you can't listen to my fucking
DMs? Yeah, you want extra mustard? Huh?
Bro, you sent me a Spotify link. Like, what you want me to do, dog?
Be careful out here. You know, that's what you just do. Postmates. I send you the link so they don't know who you are.
Like, I'm okay with you approaching me, but just like, don't do it so like, dang, you fucked up. Like,
yo, imagine you go to a theme park and like the guy that's in charge of putting your belt on.
Yeah,
he's like, yo, you know you didn't listen to my mixtape, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, what's up? Imagine that, bro. Like,
is this an honorable?
or like I'm trying to take a picture in front of the castle with my girl, and it's like Mickey Mouse is like, oh, Gabe C.
Oh, you motherfucker.
You didn't give me my chance to be on air.
You're the reason I'm still here, motherfucker.
Oh, fucking Mickey Mouse?
Like Mickey.
Shit, like fucking Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
You trying to be a rapper too? Like, I got the hottest shit in LA and you won't fucking listen to me.
Goofy comes out of nowhere. This is the motherfucker that listens to your shit.
Mickey, this is the guy?
Get the gang. Get
the gang. Shit.
Get the fucking gang.
Saying, let's go to Toonstown. You know what goes down over there.
Pluto, get your bitch ass over here.
LA Lakers never fuck with us.
Oh, like, shit.
Oh, shit. God damn. This is tough. This is a lot. It's tough in your butt, but I'm trying to learn.
Damn.
I'm trying to learn
how
to.
We're getting better.
You got me double thinking about being this intern now. Shit, it's a lot on my plate.
Yeah, it's a lot on your plate. Try to tell you.
Yep, but I just got to the point where it's like, damn, you just gotta own it, and if I can, keep it. But it sucks too because it's like when you're sitting down, it's like it's not. Some of the songs are not gonna hit you right away.
Yeah,
there's gonna be songs that flow past you, and I kind of like came to terms with it. It was just like it's so much shit out.
Like what you said with Tatiana, it didn't hit you right away.
Yeah,
and then it ended up being a big record.
Okay, it's gonna be. I thought Dead Lokes was gonna be his radio hit. But
yeah,
damn, you can't call it all the time.
You can't,
you
bro.
just gotta step aside and be like, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck it. That's what it is, man. The beauty of being a DJ. You know what I'm saying? But we out here, man. But Gabe, thank you, dog. We had some fun convos.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying? And we out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll try not to go to the same Sizzler that you went. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it.
But thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. For real, man. Thank you, dog.
Appreciate you.
We
thank
out
you.
Here, man.
Well, yeah.
Gracias.
Hey.